Hey folks, I'm CPC Gamer and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the end of tier list. I love that joke. That's why I do it every single time. Hello, Burkle Woodland and Rickstress and the Lurkers. You guys are great. What is this? This is me taking maybe a slightly shorter stream than usual. Depends how much of a rant I go on with some of these games. But, yes. I forgot which overlay it was. This one? Hex yeah, it's this one. Thanks, Glacier. Welcome to you too. So this, as you see, this is every game that I've played this year. And then this is a tier list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in little boxes and then tell you guys what I think of them. Alright? It sounds like a good plan. You guys feel free to join in. Ultimately, this comes down to me. Entirely arbitrary. Let's go. We started off with Anton Blast. Was our first game of the year. And I checked. This one was in A tier last year. I am going to boost it even higher this year. You are going to live up here in S tier. Because this game looks and feels exactly like it is supposed to. And it's frenetic, and it's loud, and it's chaotic, and it is perfect for it. And it's particularly good when you get the hang of the timing and the clutch combo. So you can just combo dash your way through the levels at blistering speed. I particularly like the pool rooms level. That's a highlight for me. And I'm so glad that I was streaming this game because... Thank you. Because rather than just telling you guys, hey, I played the game when there was a freaky liminal space level, you guys got to see it. It's great. S is for super duper good. A is for amazing. B is for brilliant. C is for cool. And D is for get in the car, loser. Oh, we'll get to you. Anyways, Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is the next one that I played. And I really enjoyed it. But absolutely did not work for me playing single player. But that's my fault for playing it in single player. I feel like my point stands, but you know. Yeah, putting aside the issues I had with the bots, essentially playing the game for me and holding my hand, the game was really enjoyable. It's incredibly tense. And it does not let up for a moment, especially when the AI locks me in with a horde. And then I just have to deal with it. Crowley 9, hello, hello. Welcome on in. I would say the problem with this one as well is it's kind of samey. Like, I forgot which chapter and which part of the level was which. Because, oh damn, that one where it's grey and you're in the city. What a good level that one was. Anyways, A tier is for anyways. You live there. Final Fantasy IX was... Do you know what I should have done? I should have put a tier down here for, like, waiting list, so you can see it when these guys get pushed off. Final Fantasy IX. Although I say that, it's going in S. Yeah, they locked me out of a safe room during a horde. They didn't even shoot through the window. They just looked at me do it. And then Lewis came out and was like, come on, brother. You don't need to do this by yourself. Like, damn, Lewis, you did it. No, Perkle, no. Final Fantasy IX is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. It is the one that I have played the most. There is very little bad to be said about it, and so with Final Fantasy IX, right, anytime I get to be emotional on stream, I really, really enjoy that. And Final Fantasy IX ran the entire spectrum. I was happy, and I was sad, and I was excited, and I kind of cried at the end, and I love when I get to do that. And like every 10 minutes, I'm going, oh, this bit's great! Oh, this music's fantastic! So, yeah, I don't need to yell about it anymore, because it's up here. You see it. Alright, next up is Anton Ball, which is a pretty solid Crackout clone, honestly. I am not very good at it, and there are other versions of the game, which is why I called it a Crackout clone, and not a Breakout clone or an Arkanoid clone. But yeah, this game's fine. You can go up and see. I see your point over there, Crowley. Look at you making that point. I feel like there's quite a few more than 9 of them at this point, which just goes to prove you even more correct. How about that? So next up was Alundra 2, and I really enjoyed Alundra 2. I enjoyed getting to play it again. I did not enjoy the game crashing 17 hours in and refusing to let me finish playing it. I'll tell you something, Crowley 9. Final Fantasy X-2, it is nonsense. It's incredibly gay nonsense. It's a really fun game. But yeah, no, Alundra 2. I'm sad that it crashed because it kind of feels like an anime. It is actually laugh out loud funny with some of the stupid comedy tropes that it employs and the silly things that it does. There's a really early thing where the antagonist and protagonist run at each other, and they leap through the air through a mighty anime clash in the skies. But then somebody calls to them, so they just sort of pause and have a conversation in midair. And like, that's so stupid. I love it. I did lose patience with it, but that is down to me and my stream timetable format rather than the game itself. So I can't really dock points for it, and I am going to put you up in A tier. Because despite its flaws, I really, really enjoy it. And I would enjoy it more if I could pull off the joke that I wanted to pull off, where I met the main villain at the game, and I got to say, "How dare you, Baron Diaz, I am your superior officer!" Because I had that up my sleeve. I was ready to go. The game did not let me do it. Sorry, Tart is lurking. Shh. Sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, Townscaper, hi. One happy thing on New Year's Eve. I get 2 New Years. Rixus' New Year is 2 hours before mine, so like, hell yeah, I get 2 of them. Let's go. So Empirical Woodland over here is referring to, what were the villains? Lemur, probably Biggs and Wedge, right? I don't remember that bit, just the suspect sounds. And I felt real awkward. Townscaper, I kind of feel like, does it belong down here? It doesn't really belong down here. I'm going to put you there. So, a few minutes into this, I asked, is there a point to this game? And Reese asked if there needed to be a point to anything, and to her credit, she is correct. But without like a goal or direction, I just kind of tinker around with stuff, and then I'm bored and I ignore it. Like, this is a super duper cute game, but it is also kinda nothing. Empirical Woodland is redeemed show and tell. I'm gonna do that at the end. Because I've got this whole setup going. don't know how long it took me to make this setup, so we're staying here. And we're going to look at Imagine Earth, which is kind of the opposite end of the scale from Townscaper, because this game had no HUD at all, to a game with such a busy HUD, it genuinely made my head spin. Right around it went. This one very much feels like a mobile game. Like you have to wait 8 minutes for this task to complete, or use some gold to speed it up. But it's not a mobile game. So what do I do with it? I guess just wait and be bored and put it in C tier. This is what we're gonna do. Look at her, she is so scared to be coming on this tier list. You should be, because I'm gonna make fun of you. Forgotten Memories. Born from a Wish, more like bought from Wish. Team Silent, more like Timu Silent. Anyway, I have, for the longest time, I have said that my absolute dream job is to work on a Silent Hill game, but that I absolutely should not be allowed to work on a Silent Hill game, because I would get it wrong, and essentially make forgotten memories. And like, there are some genuine flashes of brilliance in this game, but it is so eager to just trip over its own feet and make references to other things. It doesn't know why it's doing it. It doesn't know why these other things do it. It's like, it's not bad or offensive or anything. It just doesn't get what it's doing. So I'm going to put you up in B tier, but like, it's going to go down this end as this tier list gets filled up. I don't know if that's serious, Empirical Woodland. Forgotten Memories is the game that has Guy Seehee delivering James Sunderland's dialogue, but like, it's not Silent Hill 2. So what are you? The Coma 2B was next, and so the first Coma game I played went into C tier, and then the next one, Coma 2, was up here in B tier. But I think you're gonna go up in C tier this year, which is a shame, honestly, because the opening to this game is absolutely amazing. Genuinely, it opens with a dating sim, which is absolutely not what the Coma is, right? And as you play it, and things are very subtly off, and everything gets worse and worse, and it's like an hour-long frog in a pot sequence, and it slowly descends into literal insanity. It's great, and I'm glad I streamed it just for that sequence. But like, the entire rest of the game was rushed, and you can tell. Like, it wasn't proofread. It just wasn't. And then I solved the puzzle before I found the NPC that told me that there was a puzzle to solve. And then enemies spawn on top of you during cutscenes. It's genuinely frustrating and poorly designed. And the only thing keeping you out of D tier is that opening sequence. Because I feel like I'm done with the Coma, honestly. There's another one. I want to play it. Empirical was being genuine. So this one, you play this lady here. She goes to an asylum to find something. But like, you end up in the Red Lodge from Twin Peaks, and like I say, the cast of Silent Hill 2 is in this game. David Shelfel is one of the guards that you find. Guy Seehee is all over it, doing James's dialogue. Like, he's the protagonist of the sequel hook. The last line is, this character's name. Could you really be in this asylum? And like, I want to say I threw my controller down. I'll remember. I got annoyed at it, but it has some really good points, so I'm going to put it up here in B. Next up is Way of the Samurai 3, which has the somewhat dubious honor of being one of the few games I continued to play after I had finished streaming it. But this is less to do with the quality and content of the game, and more to do with the fact that there's like 40 achievements that I hadn't unlocked, and I wanted to get them. This one's pretty tough to stream, honestly. And I think in part because I wasn't playing it properly. Like, I was just clicking around through the plot points rather than investing myself in the world to get to them, you know? That said, I am going to put you up in C tier, because it was fine. And I like the soundtrack, I'm not eager to go back to it now that I've completed it. Or at least completed as much of it as I want to complete. I don't know how to get 120% samurai rating. The game just doesn't want to give it to me. So I'm not gonna try. The Masked Devourer. It never easy to say that. It was annoying and it buggy and it didn't work, and I didn't like it very much. Like, yes, I know Alundra 2 was also buggy and didn't work, and I rated that really highly, but that was fun while I could play it. This one, I didn't. D is for didn't. D didn't tier. We were talking about that earlier. D is for didn't tier. Which is just as easy to say as Masked Devourer. Sea under the sea under the sea. I said this at the time. Get ready for a recycled joke, everybody. 64% recycled content. I wanted to put this into C tier, like, because of the name. But sadly, it's really slow and unengaging, so I'm going to put you onto the C tier. Come on, come on, come on. There you go, D. It's going in D tier. Still not 100% convinced this is not PewDiePie. Brave! Yeah, you see? Under the C tier, you get it. See, because I can't go outside of the boundaries of this window capture, this is why I have the penguin pointer. Oh, it's gone completely now. There it is. Hello. This is why I have the penguin pointer, so that I can go, check it out. What a great joke. You'll love to see it. And get rid of you. And go back to you. Go back to you specifically. Yeah, so I said at the time when I played it, this game is a romp. And it's very hard to quantify, but that is exactly the word for this game. It's a romp. I can still see the anchor lines on that. There we go. There we go. I also kind of remember the chat was into this one as well. Like, Jaded Mew was talking about how this is the kind of game that they would play when they were an optimistic Mew. And a lot of fun, fairly basic. You can't tell me that there's 4 different kinds of enemy when it's just one wolf model painted in different colors. You can, because the game did, but I noticed it and I pointed it out. But I had fun with it, and it was punchy, and it's the right length for what it is, and you are going to go into Brave tier. There you go. Look at that. I'm going to put you over here. Let's be optimistic. We'll start up here and then grade it based on that, yeah? Rather than going down here and moving up. Now, let's put it down here and move up. That way, it can only get better. Stray was kind of cute, kind of fun, kind of all over the place, I think. I remember the opening sequence, because the game guides you around using its own scenery, and that is amazing. I love when stuff like that happens. And then they never do it again. Ever. And you do all this work to help the people in the robot slums, and then you leave, and you don't give them a second look, and so it goes on. Like, the only real guideline for what you're doing is trying to find your little cat family, and you don't actually do that. And I know that that's not a game percentage completion thing, because Rixtress has 100%ed the game, and she complained about the same thing at the end. You don't find your cat family, you just sort of leave. Which I suppose is also kind of fitting for a cat. Oh. I'm leaving. I said it was fun at the time, and I meant it, so like, a solid upper mid B tier for Stray. The Depths of Sanity was next. This is where I started putting these tiles together going, oh my god, was that this year? Yes, it was. One of the things I like the most about this game, I lost track of time playing it. So I'm usually very aware of how long I have been streaming, and I'll check the little timer beneath my little PengTuber model there. With this one, I didn't. I look over, and I'm 2.5 hours into my stream, and I didn't even realize, because I'm having so much fun. And I liked the way that it looked like an Amiga game, I liked the soundtrack, I liked the story, I liked the presentation, I just liked it. I liked it a lot, and you know what? I'm going to put you up in S tier. This game's great. Admittedly, it is going to go towards the lower end of S tier, because there were some bugs, but no, I like this a lot, so you can go up there. Oh. Fine. Get in the car, loser. I actually don't know where to start with this one. This game, this is such a bad product that I could genuinely just yell at it for hours and keep going, and I don't like that, because I am a positive penguin, and I like to find the good in all things, but I simply cannot do that here. I struggled to find good things to say about it at the time, and I sure can't remember any of them now. It is long-winded and preachy, incredibly boring, and it ended by crashing, because I did a fighting combo that was so long, the code didn't know how to deal with it, because even the code was badly written. So, get in the car, loser. More like, get out of my face, loser, because you're dumb, and I hate you. Genuinely, the worst game I have ever played. Including Dead Silence, including White Day, including Bridget and Home Runner from like 1983. This one. Absolute nadir. Victory Heat Rally, everyone. Hi, how's it going? This is one of the worst Kickstarter campaigns I was ever part of. Does that count? And they still haven't sent me my keys, by the way. I had to buy this game, and I'm annoyed that I did, because I didn't like it. Like, the bit that I streamed, absolutely fine. You learn the drift mechanics, you go around a few loops and a few simple circuits, and then when you get to the second tournament of the game, like the arcade mode, the game goes from fun to challenging to murderous across like 2 tracks, and the tipping point for me was the initial D stage. Right, I spent a week practicing that stage to cut my time down and to get to the end, and I did it, and I did the perfect drift line all the way down the mountain, and the game went, mate, half a second too slow. So I deleted it, and I don't want to play it again. And I am going to put you, surprisingly, top end C, because like I did enjoy the bits that I played, and the soundtrack is absolute bangers. It hit a wall super hard. I do not want to learn the mechanics. Great soundtrack. Well, Empirical Woodland, Cat should be in C. Guess what? Next up was Little Kitty, Big City, which I played as the antidote to Get in the Car Loser, because when I played this, I said that sometimes I don't want to deal with heavy topics and gameplay. Sometimes I just want to put on a silly hat and do a little dance and be a funny little guy, and that is basically entirely what this game is. You put on a funny hat, and you do a little shimmy, and you be a silly little cat. And it's fairly basic, kind of clunky at times. I definitely got frustrated a time or two, but like I definitely had fun with it when I played it. And the final ascent back up to your house, that was really good. Reminded me of Prince of Persia, so you get points for that. And do you know what? You can go over there. You can make friends with this other cat. Yeah. Outrun 2! This is also a hard driving game. Way more so than I remember it being. But it's not hard driving though. Nobody should think about hard driving. The game sucks. This one does not. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I enjoyed showing off all the cool content. Like there's a hidden Daytona level and a hidden Scud Race level or Sega Super GT level. And the reverse courses are also great. I really, really like that. Ride crawling that, you can always come to me for really bad racing game references. This is not a really bad racing game though. You're going up in A tier because this is not my favorite Outrun, but you are the Outrun with all the coolest gimmicky stuff, so up there you go. Spilled. This is another game that I kickstarted. I'm in this one, actually. It's pretty cool. Much better Kickstarter campaign than Victory Heat Rally as well, but this one was great. Lente was just every couple of days. Here's me, here's a picture from my boat, here's a picture from the dev team, which is me. It's great. It's a really quick, sweet little game. Just an hour and a half of taking something messy and cleaning it up. There's not really a great deal to do beyond that, but there doesn't need to be for what this game is. It's a good game, and I'm in it. And this is how I met Grim, who was a really good stream friend. So you know what? You go up there in A tier. Don't want to put you there? You can go there. A tier. That's where you belong. The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. This is April, by the way, according to my notes. What have we got here? So we started off with January, controversially. Predictably, February followed with Way of the Samurai. So that's when that one was. Stray was in March. And we are now in April. Sorry, it's been a year since I've done this. I forget what months are. Didn't forget this game though, because this game's fun. It had some frustrating moments, alright? Like, yes, you can jump over this fence, but only from this specific spot. Despite that, a lot of fun, overall. And specifically playing on the Wii U version made it so much better than the original. Because I had this second screen in my hands, I always had the options open, so I could quick switch between items and forms, and that shaved off a lot of frustrations that people had with Twilight Princess, right? So, despite what Empirical Woodland says, because Empirical Woodland does not like joy, despite being here, you're going up here in S tier. Bang! Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Stitch! Yeah. I don't like that I start off with some of these games by sighing, but I'm going to. Stitch is one of the most interesting and unique puzzle games that I have played. Just ever. Because it's a hybrid of Picross and jigsaw puzzles and a coloring book. So it sucked me in immediately. Like, I figured I'd play like 20 minutes or something just to show it off on stream and do something else. Nope, I streamed this for 3 hours and scheduled a second stream immediately afterwards. It's a really good little popcorny game. Like, you pick it up, you play with it, you put it down again. But it's got a lot of modern gaming stink on it. Like, I don't want dailies and weeklies and a battle pass. Every game is going to have player drop-off, and there is nothing wrong with player drop-off. Let me finish my game and put it down. That doesn't mean that you've done a bad job, game. It just means that I finished it and I put it down. Just let me do my puzzles. I mean, you're gonna go up here in B tier. I want to put it between the cats because then they've got something to play with. See? 3 cats. You would absolutely go higher, like up here, if you didn't have a battle pass or whatever in my sewing game. Crowley, I didn't know that Cruelty Squad was Finnish, but now that you say it, oh my god, it's one of the most Finnish games, isn't it? I've seen a full 100% playthrough of Cruelty Squad. I don't know what the hell's going on in that game. It's meat. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's metal. Get the grappling spleen. That's the upgrade that you want. That and the ammo orifice. Anyways, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is great. This game's great. Like, I very, very quickly realized that I was going to enjoy this game, and like, sure, the first few stages, pretty standard DK stuff, right? Here's the jungle, here's the swamp, here's the awesome silhouette level, here's the one where the hazards move in time with the music, here's the railway chase from the wrong trousers, and here's me giggling like an idiot. And I'll get to this. 1 second. I'm gonna gush over this game because this game makes me glad that I am a streamer. And the kinds of game that are like this, because kind of like Anton Blast, right? It's not just that I got to play the Joel level and beam and get emotional over it. You guys were there and you saw me do it. And you saw a Donkey Kong game take my breath away? Like, what the hell? You're going up an S tier. I just can't wait to be Kong. That level on its own is perfect. More of that, please. I've also seen, based on, like, Crowley's comments here, I've seen bits of my summer car. Haven't played it though. I want to say I was going to play it, but I don't know why I didn't. Put a pin in there. Fatal Frame 5. That's my favorite entry in the Fatal Frame series. Like, I was thinking, is it 1? Well, this does basically everything that 1 does, but, like, better. The only thing that 1 has that this game doesn't is the floating head, which to this day interferes with my nightmares, and Broken Neck, who I swear has become sentient in my copy of the game. But no, this one's great. This game is great. The map design's wonderful. There's a lot of ghost stories that they've all got their different things going on. They all interact with you in different ways, and basically everything in this game is done exactly right. Asterisk. Stop being creepy with little girls, Fatal Frame. Stop it. But no, there's a point where I was playing this game initially on my own, and then I showed it to you guys on stream, and I went, hey, this reminds me of Silent Hill 2 with how good it is. And I think that's the highest praise that I can bestow upon a game, personally. So, absolutely, S tier, get up there. Like, is there any doubt? I've watched Gothic Lolly rage at what is essentially rolling dice. It's why we love her. Genuinely though, put a pin in it. Right, here's why I keep going this way, by the way. So, on my window, OBS is on this side, like over here. My mouse is over it now, right? It's over here. But the chat that I'm reacting to is over here in the OBS capture window, which is actually in the middle of my screen, which is here, which is, oh, jeez, why have I laid out my screen like this? It's like pat head, rub stomach. Crystal Kingdom Dizzy is fine, is what it is. If you want to get technical, it doesn't look like a Dizzy game, and it doesn't feel like a Dizzy game, but it plays like one. Does that make sense? Because it does to me. But, yeah, it's fine. You're gonna go top end C? Lower end B? Top end C. That's where you're gonna live. And next up is fast food, or as its own title screen pronounces it, fast food. Also fine. Why do I have to grip my nose doing that? Hang on. Excuse me. It is fine. Like I said it at the time, and I say it again now. I would enjoy a modern version of this. I stand by it. It's not something I'd come back to every day. You are a solid B tier game. Like, you're not something I'd necessarily come back to every single day. But, and maybe you're here because of the nostalgia. But I enjoy you. The coma is messaging with your brain. Do you know what? You're right. Like, he's got Jesse hair and big Undertaker gloves. That's right. This is the worst one. Look at that. Why has George Stobart got a massive cobra claw? I forget where you were in the list. You can go down there and I'll get back to you. Because we have finished April and we have moved into May. When Rickstress visited me, which, easy ass right there. Okay, I spent 17 days with Rickstress, and we went around the UK and showing off what we are about. And we had lots of tea and cakes. And we had a lot of firsts on our trip. And my favorite was a date day when I took her on her first theater trip. It was great. We saw Mary Poppins, and we put a lock on a bridge, so now we have to be cute forever. I'm glad that she's coming back and we're doing it again. This is Rixtrus visiting me. These are the flowers I sent to her. She will always have roses, and tied with a red ribbon. And while Rixtrus was here, we played Left 4 Dead 2, which is how to do a sequel right. Like, it's the original game, but with a bunch of extra content, and basically every improvement that people wanted the game to have. And, again, helping the experience along, I played this with Rixtrus. It is built for multiplayer. The couch co-op made it so much better, because then we can, like, look to each other and point at stuff. Better than headsets, so you can go up in S tier as well. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. It's even with Rixtrus not being very good at twin stick movement on the controller, it's fine. It's fine. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. I genuinely felt kind of bad about this one because this game is very, very special to me. And the game itself is really, really good. But the bonus dungeons, the extra content that I streamed, really annoyed me. I specifically said to Rixtrus, please just tell me the solution, this is no longer fun. And I think it's a lot of things, like a combination of things, including the levels being kind of obtuse, but it was a little harsh for me to have said that. Because this game genuinely is a really, really good game. I'm going to put it in S tier. It belongs in S tier. And it is very special to me, and it belongs there. And D tier no longer exists, which honestly, given the choice, I would also just scrap off getting the car loser. Can I make that appear again? Maybe. Window capture. What are you? I actually can't. I could probably just do, like, a bit of that. There you go. You can just scroll out and keep scrolling out and out and out and out and out. Until eventually, everything's just tiny little pixels. Also, spoilers for the next run of games. Because Toem is next, which is also a Finnish game. I think it feels very Finnish. It's a very nice, sweet little game about not doing anything. Really? Like, it's not particularly stream friendly, but this is really more to do with my attitudes and stream style. Like, I'm not holding anything against it. I liked the visual style and how everything is hand-drawn, and all the little things that you do change the world as a whole. Like, if you put on a particular hat, everyone copies that style and wears that hat. You know, I like that. Solid upper B tier for you. It's Swedish. Alright then. Well, I guess I'm wrong. Nif Nif is next, and Detective Heartache said, "What the hell is Nif Nif? It sounds like the kind of thing I would make up." And you know what? Fair. It kind of is. Also, I will tell you what Nif Nif is. It is an environmental-themed roguelike deck builder, which was genuinely not inspired by my desire to get into a TCG at the time, which happened to be Lorcana, which happened to be weeks afterwards. Genuinely, it isn't. I kickstarted this, and here it is. Hi. There's not a lot to say about it. Right? Kind of like Toem, right? There's not a lot of beat in this mattress. It's a roguelike deck builder. Yeah, it's not intricate or fancy like your Monster Train or Slay the Spire, but it's also a game for kids, so what do you want? You go up here in like lower mid B tier. There you go. In June, we began Infinite Undiscovery. And I remember coming away from this one thinking that I had fun with it, but like the more I think about it, the more I think about I may have just enjoyed getting the achievements or breaking the game with the crafting system. How could I get the game's ultimate weapon before the second stream, like 3 hours in? It, what? But no, the game is structured pretty well. I like a lot of the character designs, actually. But with that said, there is a lot of early 2000s perving on the girls. And that put me off. Because I thought that was weird and awkward at the time. Capel, stop it. Like, genuinely, the main character's anti-hero arc ends when he gets laid. And that... I'll put you up in B tier, I think. Because, like, I don't overly hate you. You're just creepy, and I'm done playing with you for now, right? You can stay there. Yeah, you can stay there. 8 doors! Now, what sold me on this one is hyper-stylized, hand-drawn Metroidvania based on East Asian mythology, and those words are what Wile E. Coyote would write on the side of a box if he was making a CPC gamer trap. But, like, the game is also fun as well. Hell yeah! It's got a good soundtrack, a decent gameplay loop, and when you get the hang of the movement, everything flows like water, and that is the most important part. And I'm going to put you up here in S. Because I really enjoyed playing that game. Come on, sketch down a little bit. There you go. I've done this twice before. How did I get it this wrong? Harvest Moon Mad Dash. You know what? Bang, there we go. Create a single-use tier list. Like that. There we go. Harvest Moon Mad Dash is the next one. Hi. I think I initially picked this one up as like a... Please. Initially, I picked this one up as a placeholder for... Just, I needed something to do on a Monday because I didn't know what to do. But then it kind of won me over and I just kept playing it till the end. But as I kept playing it more and more, it dropped off and it lost me. Like, it dropped off real hard. And I have a sneaky suspicion that this is meant to be a mobile game because it is the most mobile game looking game that I have ever seen. But it isn't. So when you get to the bit where it's unfair and unbalanced and you have to buy the premium currency power-ups, you can't. It just is unfairly difficult. So I am going to put you... top end C, I think, because like, you're not a bad game, really. I just can't really recommend you, you know? Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, or as we ended up christening it thanks to Detective Heartache, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Year, because this game was so boring, oh my god! Like... Yes, Harvest Moon is the template for the slow-paced, cozy game, but this one runs at a glacial pace and nothing happens. And the idea that it would take me 80 streams to complete this ended me. So I just ended the streams once the plot had finished, which was the first of 7 years. So, I don't know, man. You can go, like, lower end C. Same as with this one. I don't hate you, but I don't want to play you ever again. Thank you very much. this is the PSP artwork for La Pucelle. It was the PS2 artwork, but that hard drive died. So here's the PSP artwork, and here is this. That wasn't there on the PS2. Prie has a very flat face to make up for everything else being decidedly three-dimensional. Anyway, on the other side of the spectrum from Harvest Moon, La Pucelle is great, and it has a million things happening all at the same time. And it's a tactical game, and the way I play tactical games is not the most stream-friendly. I'm tripping over my own words. I spend a lot of time playing chess to get my guys into good positions on the board, as opposed to something like, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which is way more compact and combat-focused. But, no, I had fun with this one. I had a lot of fun with this one. And I especially like that it didn't take itself too seriously, and it didn't do the typical RPG ending. And I like that it has bonus characters, and it made things a lot easier when I got them, and I like that I did get them. I just really liked La Pucelle Tactics / Ragnarok. I'm going to put you right up here in A tier. There you go. Next up is Bow, the Path of the Teal Lotus. A hand-drawn, movement-oriented Metroidvania based on East Asian mythology. What are the odds? I am in two minds about this one. Because, on the one hand, absolutely gorgeous. It looks and sounds spectacular. I lit up with the way that this game looks and some of the things that it does. I like the Great Wave of Kanagawa as a piece of art. It's fantastic. But as a boss fight? Excuse me? Why is... Yes! But then there is the parkour, because it makes me really, really angry. And not because I fumble the controls or anything, it's because the controls don't work very often. And it... As far as I'm concerned, it is a portion of the game that shouldn't be there. And it's not working properly, even though it is. And it ruins the experience. So I'm going to put you up here in, like, low B tier. Mid B tier, based on what else is in B tier. But, like, you would be up here if I didn't have to do that stupid pogo hop move. And the slingshot? Get out of here. No. Easy S if you didn't do that. Next up is August. No, it's not. It's Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Where are you? There you are, Mouse. Mouse? Ah, whatever. There you go. It's Let's Go Eevee. Normally I have a fit when you can see my pointer on the screen, but I really want to be able to do it. This and crosswords. Anyway, Let's Go Eevee. It was really, really good to be back in Gen 1 Pokemon again. And the soundtrack was really, really good. I forgot how nostalgic I was for that soundtrack, but done with an orchestra, sound font, was great. It didn't run like how I was expecting it to run. This is very obviously, let's get the Pokemon Go crowd into the mainline series so we can milk them twice, rather than just being a regular Pokemon game, but it was still great. And I have really enjoyed playing this game with Tiny Child as well. Like, watching her light up when she figures something out or finds something new is amazing. It really is. Yeah, hell yeah, Zarkrai, tier listing time. Are you ready to put boxes in lines? I sure am. About halfway through, we've reached August. And I was mentioning how this game's really, really good, but the post-game took all of the wind out of my sails when the game goes, oh no, 150 optional bosses have appeared. You need to get one of every Pokemon up to level 70 and then 1v1 me, bro. No, I don't. Shut up. No. Upper mid-A. That's where you're gonna live. Next up is Rhapsody. Hi. My main recollection of Rhapsody, which first of all, not on the Genesis, that's Crusader Ascenti. Rhapsody. My main takeaway is that it is incredibly brisk. Like, Cornette decides that she needs to impress the prince, so she does. He gets kidnapped, so you need to find these things to rescue him. So you do. And there's a lot I feel that doesn't work, like the tactical combat in a game that doesn't allow it. And you can charm monsters, maybe sometimes. But I liked this game. I liked that it didn't take itself seriously, just like La Pucelle. I also liked that it flipped some of the tropes on its heads. I liked it enough that I picked up the sequels when they went on sale the very next week, so that's good. I'm also surprised, actually, that more people have heard of this game than I had thought. So, I remember I played this, and I raided into Elixria, whatever game she was playing at the time, and she went, "You're playing Rhapsody? Don't you know you're old enough to be his mother?" And, like, okay, you just know a riff from halfway through the game? Cool. I'm glad that people have memories of this game. I'm going to put you in A tier. Yeah, you go up in A tier, because I really liked you. Can I just... Yeah, do a bit of that. There we go. Now we've got a bit more space on my tier list. Insomnia Aaron. Welcome on in. We're grading the things I have done this year. And next up is the actual Mega Drive game, Crusader Ascenti. Not at all what I expected it to be from the intro, honestly. Because this game, the intro, very dark and sinister, and the ensuing evil from beneath the world. And then you play it, and it's animal buddies, yeah! And it's great. And I like the gameplay, and I like the way that you can combine your various animal buddies to, like, change up how the game plays. It made me very, very nostalgic for playing games like this as a teenager, even though I had never played this specific one before. Much like most of Rhapsody, the back third felt kind of truncated and weird, but I enjoyed it. So you can live... You can also live in A tier. There you go. Now, Empirical told me that Rhapsody would be good. I got it because of him. And he was not wrong. What a fun game. Get ready for Rhapsody 2 and 3. I've got them. I got the Prinny Presents collection. We'll get to it. Next up is Slipstream. This is September, by the way. September Slipstream. And you guys know that I like arcade races, right? And you know that I like Outrun, right? And I'm always trying to find games that play like Outrun, because Sega's not going to do anything with it, except maybe put it in Yakuza. And Slipstream is the one that comes closest to playing like Outrun, which is not to say that it actually does. It's kind of slow and stiff, and it's got random elements, which Outrun looks like it has, but actually doesn't. It's a very fine line to tune that. Oh, and the time rewind mechanic doesn't work. It's supposed to restore time, but it doesn't. The main gimmick of the game is useless. Hell of a soundtrack, though. You can go upper C tier, I reckon. Yeah. Pikuniku is the next one. And I will be honest, I don't much like it when a game goes, we've licensed the physics engine and misapplied it for comedic effect. That's your game. But this one kinda worked. There wasn't a lot to it at times, but I guess at the same time there didn't really need to be because the gameplay was basically fine from just going from A to B, I think. Also, since we're here, right, how is it the game where the capitalist machine literally kidnaps people, kills them, grinds them into money, is more subtle than Get in the Car, loser? You are the worst! B tier, I guess. That's where you're gonna live. Anyways, next up is Pinball Spire. Unlike Pikuniku, I very much like pinball games. I love them. And this one was a surprise hit for me. I was hooked right away. It kinda misrepresents itself on the storefront, if you ask me. It says it's a Metroidvania, and the Vania suffix is a little too fast and loose on that one, because this game is incredibly linear. You can go left or right, but the door on the right is locked, so you have to go left. You don't have a choice, game, and we would all be better off if you stop pretending that I do. Tell me where the magnet boost is, and let me climb the tower, thank you very much. And I'm ranting, but this is actually a really, really good game, and I recommend getting it. I played this a lot when I was visiting Rixtras. Like, Monogrammed Meridian. I got nothing. You bots need to step up your game. I have not been able to riff on your stupid names for a little while. Idiots. Anyways, what am I doing? Pinball Spire is what I'm doing. Yeah, when I visited Rixtras, I would sit and watch her crochet and play Pinball Spire. And what a game it is. I'm going to put you in A tier for sure. There you go. Alright, what's next on my list? My Child of Ages. We are into October now. Man, I wanted to like this game. I really wanted to like this game. Because it looks like somebody's passion project, and it really gave it a go. It tried so hard, but it's awful. It's very badly optimized, and you are constantly fighting the camera, and it doesn't tell you what to do. And when you figure out what to do, it crashes. And I know that it has had 2 major bug fix overhauls since I streamed it. I don't want to go back to it. I played it, it was bad, it's how I met DG, which is great, they're wonderful. Go subscribe to DG, and me, twitch.tv/CPCGamer, hi. But like, no man, My Child of Ages, based on the experience I had with this game, I cannot recommend it, and into D tier you go. But on the other hand, Abzu! Abzu's great. There is very little to it, and it's more of a spectacle than a traditional video game, but I enjoyed the way that this game looked, and it felt, and the way that it sounded, and by the way, Greb showed up when I streamed it, and we chatted, and, what? That's pretty amazing! So, I am going to put you in A tier. You're pretty amazing as a game, but at the same time, you are essentially one and done. Like, I will absolutely recommend Abzu to anyone who likes ocean stuff, but I don't really need to play it again. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm perk willing as a baby duck jumper? Heck yeah. Baby duck is cool. Please give baby duck a hug from me. Aww. Broken Sword 5 was next, which is a fun little point-and-click game. I like how it spun out of control from a pretty simple beginning, which it's always interesting to see how story-driven games do that. Right? Like, I have Grandia, and I was considering streaming that. I might still stream Grandia. But I know it's going to end up with killing God with the power of friendship, right? But it opens with 3 children playing at soldiers. And how is it going to spin out from this to that? How did Broken Sword 5 spin out from let's open an art gallery and now I'm fighting God? I liked it, yeah? I didn't like some of the puzzles. Like, making a grieving widow hallucinate her dead husband was real scummy, George. But, like, you know, there's also your standard point-and-click fare. A couple of them were really, really deep and technical. There was a pictogram puzzle at the end, and I felt really clever that I solved that one. Because initially I looked at this impenetrable wall of scribbles. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I went, well, actually, I can pull out symbols and concepts. I can do this. And I did. That was great. I'm going to put you in B tier, I think. You and your weird cobra claw. Next up was Piglet's Big Game, which was an interesting one because I don't know who this game is for. Because, like, obviously it's a kid's game, right? It's Winnie the Pooh, but also it has a lot of nightmare content in there, and genuine horror tropes, and there's Silent Hill inspired content, and a Reed Sotalani soundtrack? What? Why does this Piglet game sound like Cannibal Holocaust? I don't know, but it does. The hell is this product? It's great. I'm going to put you like top end B tier, because I had fun playing you, and I had a lot of fun pointing out, oh, here's what this is. Here's a good game design thing that they've done. Here's a good mechanical trick that they've pulled on you, dear player. But yeah, you live there. Well played, Piglet's Big Movie tie-in game. Alright, next up was Chips Challenge, which is addictive and frustrating, but also it's a mechanical puzzle game, so that's what you get. Oh, it was also a nice shared experience across the ages. Like, I had to look up a guide for one of the maze levels, and the walkthrough said, and I've written this down, hang on, it said, Yeah, I don't know how to solve this level either. It sucks. You'll figure it out. And this this was written in like the 1980s. And here's me, what, 40 years later going, yeah, this level does suck. I liked it, and I liked it. I liked the logic puzzles. I didn't like the mazes. I liked it less and less as I played it, but I did have fun with it. So you can go up here into B tier, I think. Yeah, B tier. B tier for you. Ela, A Frosty Glide. Another game that I kickstarted, another game that I'm in. I had a wonderful time streaming Ela. And I had a wonderful time playing Ela. And the devs showed up, and they guided me through some stuff, and essentially that is the only way that I got through this game, is the devs showing up and telling me that I'd missed a vital component upgrade and where to go get it. I liked it. It's really cozy, it's really, really sweet, it is absolutely the right length for what you would expect for how much this game costs. It's got some issues, but like the devs know that it has issues, and they've patched most of them out. I was playing this game on like ultra hard mode, essentially, because oh yeah, you need to be one of the devs to make that final jump, but I did make it. You are really, really good game, so you were gonna go in like high A tier. There you go, just break everything even more. Can we still see what I'm doing? Are these pictures too small? Probably not. This is the last one anyway, so like, oh, it's behind my head. What was next? Next up was Cardboard Town. Good game. Kind of halfway between SimCity, but also cards. I do like me some trading cards. Yeah, it's pretty cute, and I like how it looks, but the game doesn't feel super good to play. Honestly, like, you are going to lose. And that constant threat doesn't sit well with me as I play through the game, and every tile feels like that's the decision that's gonna bring me down. Like, especially when the game keeps escalating the challenges, but not the resources allocated to deal with them. Maybe I'm just playing it wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna put you in C tier. You belong over there. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And let's move on to November, controversially, with Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Which, I said it when I played it, and I said it all along, this game has some really big boots to fill. And it kinda got there, but not quite. Like, it fell a little bit flat. I had fun with it. Dude, I had fun with it. I enjoyed solving all the puzzles, and I didn't dislike the game. I'm just not in any rush to get back to it. Despite rad soundtrack. I like the DK94 soundtrack, take a shot, but this would benefit from that, but no, the smooth jazz that this thing had, that's good. You can go B tier. Now that, where do we suspect this one's going to go? However, I know what you're thinking. Silent Hill 2 HD is what the next game was, just so I've said it aloud for cataloging purposes. You might expect an easy S, just like the last time I played Silent Hill 2, and the fact that I won't shut up talking about it, including this tier list. But like, this is a really bad version of Silent Hill 2. and I mostly just ended up laughing at it rather than taking it seriously, which, for a psychological horror game, and a game I have described as the absolute pinnacle of its genre, laughing at it is not what you want. It's a rushed port, and it's a bad port, and it's an uncared for port, and it is always fun to play Silent Hill 2, but this wasn't right. No, you can go very bottom end C on the understanding that I'm never going to play you again, Silent Hill 2 HD. I've got the PS2 and the PC and the Xbox version. I have several PS2 versions. Thanks. How many copies do I need? At least one more. Alright, Windswept is next, which is a really tricky one for me, because Windswept is an absolutely masterfully made game. Watching the guy develop it on stream and playing through it, I know exactly the tricks that the game is expecting of me. Like, if I were good at this game, I could do a series of enemy hops and boost dashes in midair, and I'd clear this level, start to finish, in seconds! I am not good at this game. I do not have the patience or time to want to become good at this game. It's too frustrating for me to want to put in the time to learn it, or really to play it at all, honestly. And I'm going to put you up in B tier, right? Because it is a good game. It is a very well-made game. I just do not... I didn't enjoy it. I don't want to keep playing it. I'm done. Go away. Pabst Blue Ribbon... Oh, sorry. Pokemon Battle Revolution. I like a lot of what this game is, right? And I don't like a lot of what it does. It is the last 3D Pokemon game to include every single one of them, and it has things like Pokemon close their eyes when they fall asleep. Surprisingly difficult to do, apparently. It also scores points. This is the only game that has actual size Wailord. Or at least the only 3D game that has actual size Wailord in it. If you send one of those out, the camera pulls all the way back out. And Wailord takes over the entire battlefield. It's hilarious. But it cheats. Like, it obviously cheats. And it becomes less about skill with the Pokemon and more about, did the game let you win? I know it's reading my inputs. I showed it on stream. I looked at it with my beautiful brown eyes. And it kept going. That said, it looks gorgeous, aside from some really awkward censorship moments. So I'm going to put you up in B tier, because, like, I did have fun with playing it. I'm just not going back to it because it's not very good. Overall. It cheats. Alright, Donkey Kong Country 2 is next. So going from a game which is like Donkey Kong Country 2 to a game that is Donkey Kong Country 2. This game is great, and I'm glad that I got to play it. And I know that this happens with every single Donkey Kong game that I play. And I know that, I keep saying this. I like that I learn how the levels, rhythm, and beats move. And I got further and further each life. To the point where when you've played it and you've died enough times, I know what to do. Run, jump, hop, cartwheel, spin jump, right? And it's what Windswept wanted me to do, but in a doable format. So like you're gonna go up here in S tier is what you're gonna do. Thank you very much for dropping in, Zachary. We are nearly at the end as well, so the rest of you can go back to your family meals and parties and all. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow for oh dang, it's not the next game on my list. Hang on. So, Cassette Beasts is the next one. That's what I streamed yesterday, not what I'm streaming tomorrow. This game is ongoing, but I'm pretty sure I know where it's gonna go, right? Please do not eat Smoliv. Smoliv is baby. Please leave alone. Do not touch. Yeah, historically I've put stuff in like mid-tier. When I'm still streaming it, it could go either way. Is WrestleQuest gonna get good? I don't know, maybe. It didn't. But I know where Cassette Beasts is gonna go, and it is going to go in like upper S tier. Because it is very much Pokemon, but open world. It has breakout superstar Maple, which she, on her own, will make this game an S tier, or burn my flat down if I disagree. I am right at the very end of the game, I'm pretty sure. So it is going to show up in next year's tier list, but like it's going to be up here, unless the final chapter just drops off a cliff and it was all a dream. It wouldn't dare. Would it? Nah. December. Wow, we shot through that year quickly, didn't we? In December, we played Wheel of Katamari Reroll Royal Reverie. Too many R's in that title, Bamco. Wheel of Katamari is my favorite Katamari game, and it was nice to be playing it again. This one is a little verbose, which is not overly stream friendly, but this is the perfect sequel, much like Left 4 Dead 2 at the start of the year, because what this game does is it strips down a lot of the bulk from the first game. It expands the gimmick levels, it remixes what you have to do, the soundtrack is amazing, and you are going to live in S tier, is where you're going to go. Yeah. So next up is a game that most of you missed, probably, which is Rolling Star. I only played this game for about half an hour on stream, and then like 24 hours off stream. Wild, right? It plays a lot like Gunstar Heroes, to the point that one of the boss fights is from Gunstar Heroes. Force Runner shows up, and you're just like, oh, is this what we're doing now? Alright, let's play Rolling Chaser. What put me off, and why I didn't keep streaming it, is that the dialogue is childish. Like, really childish. And I don't like that part. Like, I says to Rixtrus while I was playing it, I would be very surprised if the authors were over the age of, like, 13, 14, because of some of the childish nonsense that's going on in this game. That said, game's good, and I am going to put you in A tier, by which I mean A tier. but I'm also not going to recommend it, if that makes sense. If you find it on sale or it is gifted to you, hell yeah, play Roll and Star. It's a lot of fun. Don't go out of your way to find it. Or do. It's like £4, even when it's not on the sale. The next game that I played was... Is that In the Air Tonight? I say that every time. It is. Just slow down. Anyway, Monopoly 2008 on the 360 by EA. That's an S tier game. You knew it's going to go in S tier. I play it every year. It's my Christmas tradition. And it always goes in S tier. Speedrun Monopoly. More like super good game. That's why it's in S. Hell yeah. Nine Years of Shadows is the next one. And much like Cassette Beasts, we are in the middle of it. Kinda. I'm closer to the start of this one, but closer to the end of that one. But you get me. But no, I am immediately in love with 9 Years of Shadows. And it looks gorgeous, and it plays really smoothly, even when I forget what I'm doing and my abilities. And I'm going to put you in S tier. And much like Cassette Beasts, I imagine you're going to stay there when I come to like rate you again next year. Awesome. And our last title, the very last thing I streamed, like 2 days ago, While We Wait Here. And I didn't enjoy this game at all. It's got a really interesting premise. You are working in a roadside diner while the world is ending, and you have to speak to the people around you. But then you don't really get to interact with that part of the story, because the build-up is glacial, honestly, and it keeps cutting away to other less interesting things. And, like, it kind of goes for nightmare logic, where something is horribly wrong, but only you can see it, and that's great. That is straight up David Lynch horror. That's how to do horror. Like, why is there suddenly a body bag in the middle of the diner? Is no one going to acknowledge this? No. And neither am I, the player. Apparently, it's just sort of there, and that's not how that's supposed to work. So you just... Cool, I guess I'm making pancakes. You know, You're staying in D tier. Like, you are not the worst thing in the world, because that would be get in the car, loser. But, like, yeah, no, you absolutely belong down there. So let's focus on Cassette Beasts, because that's what I streamed yesterday. That game's great. Cassette Beasts. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Do I want to organize this tier list any? Do you know what? I don't have a tile for me coming to South Africa this year, because I did that. It was in S tier last year. Remember we had the nice photograph of, do you know, it's probably a picture of Madagascar, actually, which isn't where I went at all. So, kind of going on what Rick has said there, this is not literally every game that I have played this year. There's one, which I could have put on this list, but I haven't. Bonus points if you remember what it was. But stuff that I have done previously, I'm not including here. Alright, so that's why Overwatch isn't here, because I've streamed that. Not you, Monopoly, because you're a tradition and you're quick, and I can just go, Monopoly, bang! You know? Incidentally, I would also include crosswords on this list, but they're not video games. But it is the clue for the game that I streamed and have not included here. Yeah. But realistically, South Africa would also go up here. Like, it would go here. Because I have never hosted a friend. And that makes me quite sad. I'm always baking stuff, and I always have snacks ready to go. And I have 2 beds available in my flat. One is the one that I sleep in, the other one ready to rock and roll if ever somebody needs to come and visit, and no one ever does. But then Rixtrus did, and I love Rixtrus very, very much. And yeah, here she is in my house, and that meant a lot to me. Going to South Africa, again, lots of good stories that I have from it. We went on safari, and I saw a dung beetle, and I think that kind of exemplifies one of the things that Rixtrus and I like about each other, in that I saw the tiniest little thing in passing, and I went, oh my god, look at that! Because I noticed that sort of stuff, and we noticed that sort of stuff, and that's great. And I would put it up here, just like the last one. This one's getting carried by nostalgia. I have played this game so many times. I've said it before, Final Fantasy VI is the best one. That is the best one. 9 is the one that I've come back to and played the most. Probably because it's way more accessible, and the story just picks up immediately, whereas you got the whole sequence with Figaro Castle in 6, and then it gets, as soon as that stupid clown shows up, what a game. This one's tricky, right? Because it's the reroll version, which isn't Wheel of Katamari. The physics are kind of wonky. If you pick up a long object, your Katamari becomes oblong-shaped, and it's really awkward to move around. But you can still go there. Let's move you like that. 8 doors. You can go like that. I will concede this, Empirical Woodland. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is probably the lowest S-tier game that I've played looking at this lineup. Honestly, Depths of Sanity, I am amazed that that is up here. I picked that up on the cheap. That was a super cheap indie game. And, like, the reviews said, it's fine. If you like the deep sea horror shtick, you get Depths of Sanity. Oh my god, this game's great! Go buy it! That seems about right for this one. I really liked, by the way, I'm in Ela, A Frosty Glide. The first house you find when you get to the abandoned village is the pastry magician. Me. And the note that I left behind when I went on my journey, which was literally my grandma's 100-year-old recipe for sugar cookies. And people have made it. And that's why I put the recipe in this game, because I want people to find this family tradition of mine and be like, let's see how that goes. Is it good? Oh, heck yeah, it's good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Not to say that these are bad, these two are real close. There we go. I actually do think the Brave is probably the best B tier game. It's bordering on A tier, but it doesn't. It's cheap. It's very obviously quick and cheap, and it suffers for it. But it's a Brave themed twin stick shooter. It's one of the rare hits for a Disney tie-in game. It's incidentally, why is there no Frozen game? Because you'd think, right? I know that Anna and Elsa are in stuff. Like, there's an Elsa figure and character in Disney Infinity or whatever the hell. And I know that Arendelle is in Dreamlight Valley. But there's no this. Merida going out kicking ass, except it's Elsa. There's none of it. And I feel like because it's a multimedia juggernaut, you think they'd do it, right? Oh. It's also in Kingdom Hearts 3, you are correct. But, like, there is no... You know, there's two versions of Aladdin. The Lion King is why they invented DirectX. Where's my Frozen game? Not you, Flashpoint. Ooh, ignore that. That is not even someone's thinly disguised fetish. Yeah, we'll do that. You... can go there. And then, do you know what? This looks like I got it right first time. Nah, you can go there. I enjoyed you way more than I enjoyed these games. Like, at the very least, I got to laugh at it. And realistically, if I could... I'd put this game, like, over here in my recycle bin. But I can't. It has to live here on the tier list somewhere. So, it's going to go there. Special mentions. Worst thing ever. Surprise breakout. There you go, that's where crackles. Now I gotta do it. Tinker around with my settings. There you go. F minus minus. Get in the car, loser. Get out of my face. Look, even now you've ruined everything. Buddy Chip's challenges over here in Zelda. No, you know what? There, you don't deserve to be on the screen. Mooch batter. These are all the games that I've played this year, except for one. Yeah, figure it out, nerds. This is what the site that I'm using. Thank you, Scroll Wheel. You're a pro, man. Everything's going wrong. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. Be gentle with the scroll buttons. They're like printers. They can sense your fear. thank you very much, everybody, for joining in and letting me do this and indulging my silly little hobby. I am eternally grateful that you guys just even hang out while I do this. Some of you pay for it? What the hell? You don't need to do that. But I'm glad that you do. And then we get to look at cards sometimes, and oh man, all sorts of cool things happen when I stream, and it's because of you guys. I appreciate all of you, especially when you let me do this. You guys are great. I'm gonna download this, share it off in the Discord, and yeah. That's the end of the VOD. Bye!